Like many superheroes, Barry's lacking in the whole living parent department.
One day, after returning home, he discovered his mother had been murdered, and his father had been wrongly convicted of the crime.
Knowing Dad was innocent, Barry vowed to clear him of the crime and became a forensic scientist for the Central City Police. But dear old Dad died before Barry could set him free.
Racked with grief, this only strengthened Barry's resolve to find his mother's real killer.
And on one fateful night, while he was doing some sciencey stuff, a rack of chemicals fell on him. And then he got struck by lightning.
Now, normally, this would be incredibly fatal. But since this is comic books, Alan was imbued with the power to move his body at incredible speeds and became the Flash.
Ah! You're probably thinking, okay, cool, he's like fast enough to run across water now, but there's a whole slew of other benefits that come with his new power. Like accelerated healing, enhanced strength, the ability to absorb kinetic energy from others, a brain that works faster than a supercomputer, and the ability to throw lightning.
To do any of this, Flash draws his power from the Speed Force, an extra-dimensional energy source which, when synced with the living being's bioelectric field, amplifies and distorts their perception and placement in individual time versus time outside their own field.
Barry adopted the name The Flash from his childhood hero, the first Flash, Jay Garrick. Flash guards his hometown of Central City, fighting off villains such as Captain Cold, Mirror Master, Weather Wizard, as well as his arch-rival, the Reverse Flash, aka Professor Zoom. Barry is also a founding member of Earth's greatest heroes, the Justice League. Using his speed correctly, Flash can run on water, create tornadoes, and can vibrate his body fast enough to phase through solid objects. Barry is able to steal his opponent's momentum and speed and combining it with his own. His most powerful feat, however, is being able to run at the speed of light and upon contact, is able to perform the Infinite Mass Punch. The Infinite Mass Punch is so powerful, it's relatively on par with a white dwarf star exploding. Flash is so fast he can run through time on a daily basis. He also perceives time in less than an attosecond, which in that case, light would appear frozen to him. Barry has also saved the universe multiple times, one time even sacrificing him to the Anti-Monitor. I said sacrifice, but literally what he did was he outran death. Instead of just simply handing over his soul like any guy would, he ran through the very thing that is considered death and came back alive. He's also created a plane of reality known as the New 52. Yes, he created a whole new plane of reality just by saving the world right after wrecking it during the events of Flashpoint. Overall, the Flash can do more than just run fast. He's one of the DC Universe's most powerful characters and isn't called the fastest man alive for no reason.
The Quicksilver and his twin sister, the Scarlet Witch, were born Pietro and Wanda to a pair of gypsies named Django and Maria Maximoff. But as babies, they were kidnapped by a guy they call the High Evolutionary. He experimented on the two children and then returned them to their parents. Only now they had super cool powers. But Pietro and Wanda were later tricked into believing that they were the mutant children of Magneto, abandoned by their mother and handed off to gypsies by a cow lady midwife.
What the hell?
You know, it doesn't even matter. They're the kids of gypsies, and they have super cool powers.
Being able to run at the speed of sound, Pietro was known to constantly cross the line between hero and villain. He occasionally joined the Avengers along with his sister, but has never truly been devoted to a team. He has been taken down by many foes before, such as Thor and Wolverine. He's a reckless and hot-headed person and will go into a fight relying solely on his speed without a plan. However, he has also received hand-to-hand training from Captain America, proving he can hold his own against a regular person. Pietro has the ability to run on water, create cyclones, and even jump through time, appearing in and out of place. Quicksilver eventually ends up losing his speed when his sister, the Scarlet Witch, alters reality. However, when substances known as the Terrigen crystals emerges, he is able to regain it, known to a substance known as the Terrigen mist. The Terrigen mist is composed of Terrigen crystals mixed with water at the right temperature. This mist restores depowered mutants with enhanced powers, but also can be hazardous and fatal as the mutant's power is raised to an overwhelming degree. One of the lucky ones, Quicksilver can now run at speeds up to Mach 10.
Tell me where those guys went, and I promise to come see you in the hospital. There's no stopping the mutants.
Fight!
I'm Flash. Speed is my game.
After seeing that outcome, this match was really a no-brainer. The Flash pretty much outclasses Quicksilver in every way possible. Maybe against being a dick, Quicksilver might win, but the Flash pretty much takes everything else. In the crossover event, the Flash was able to take out Quicksilver really easy. And although Quicksilver fanboys may be coming up and saying, oh, the Quicksilver beat Flash here, well, this was because the Flash, Wally West, not Barry Allen, well, he actually came back and beat him, running backwards. So, there you go. Enough said. The winner is the Flash.